Imagine having a conversation with anyone in English and having them understand you 100%. This might seem impossible, but some English students can. You know, the annoying ones that speak effortlessly without a pronunciation problem in the whole wide world.
Hello, my name is Pedro, and I've only been studying English for 1 month, and I can have philosophical discussions about life in English. Oh.
I am not one of those people. I've done lots of hours on Thai pronunciation, but something's never clicked, and I wanted to know why. So I asked my wife.
So I've just got a quick question. What do you think about my pronunciation in Thai? And yet be kind.
You just have to practice more.
Oh really? Can you give me a bit more specific feedback?
You know when you speak, can you speak?
Sawadee krap.
Yeah, you speaking like speaking English in Thai?
So, my mother tongue was in a fight with my Thai tongue. And unfortunately, my mother tongue was beating the crap out of my Thai tongue. Or more simply, my first pronunciation language system was interfering with my second. This led me to wanting to find out how the English pronunciation system differs from other pron systems from around the world. And then I wanted to use that information to help you improve your English pronunciation. Hi, my name's Damien, and I'm the sledgehammer that smashes down English language barriers. And this series is all about helping you get better in pronunciation. That doesn't mean sounding like me, though you probably wouldn't want to sound like me anyway. Maybe him or her. But it's about sounding like yourself and being understood by anyone in English. Pretty simple, right? If I was going to ask you how your pronunciation system differs from English, would you be able to tell me? Probably not. But before we deep dive into answering this question, let's find out which first language makes it harder to learn English as a second language. The FSI is the Foreign Service Institute. It teaches American diplomats, and probably some spies and military too, how to speak fluently in a second language. They probably use enhanced teaching techniques. Turn this sentence into the passive.
She were bit by a dog.
No.
No, wait, I can do better. Give me another chance, wait.
According to the FSI, nationalities that have it easy when studying English are Spanish, French, and German, just to name a few. While other languages which maybe come from a tonal pronunciation system have it a lot harder, like Thai and Chinese. So the more your first tongue differs from your second tongue, the harder it will be for your second tongue to beat the first tongue. Now, let's break the English pronunciation system into 3 parts: the sound level, the word level, and the connected speech level. Not saying an individual sound correctly in a second language can produce life and death situations.
พูดอะไรอ่ะ
At this level, we look at the individual sounds of a language, or the ingredients of a cake. This can include vowels and consonants. A good starting point to learning the English pronunciation system is to find out the differences between your language and English at the individual sound level. For example, Thai speakers don't have v, and th, to name a few in their first language, while Spanish speakers only have short vowel sounds. For example, I and U rather than I and U in English. Once you know your blind spots, then find out how to make these sounds in English, where to place your lips, tongue, and teeth. Then
practice the crap out of it.
to help you with this, I have a playlist of all the individual sounds in English right here. At this level, mistakes can be even more painful.
โคตรตด
ไม่ขอโทษ
Now we connect individual sounds together, like starting to mix the butter and sugar in making a cake. We have syllables and stress. Let me give you an example with technology. The word technology has 4 syllables: tech, nol, o, g. Now we need to add the stress, and the stress syllable is the second one, nol. Technology. Technology. You can organise languages at this level into tonal and non-tonal. For tonal languages, the word's meaning has to be affected by the tone.
มา
English is non-tonal, so once again, if you come from a tonal language like Chinese, it's going to be a lot harder to beat your mother tongue. Not sure of a stress syllable in a particular word? Then check your friendly neighbourhood dictionary. If you're enjoying this language journey with me, then make sure you sledgehammer that subscribe and like button. It means a lot to me and my channel. Why do you always look at that iPad? I want you to listen to me and ask me about my day. This is the connected speech level of pronunciation, or the finished cake. At this level in English, we start to use things like intonation, rhythm, and stress. Languages can be divided into stress time languages or syllable time languages. English is a stress time language. It places stressed syllables at equal intervals, while either lengthening or shortening the unstressed syllables to keep a rhythm. Let me teach you a stress time chant by Adrian Underhill to help give you a better understanding of this type of pronunciation system. Okay, let's start. You, me, him, her. Now we want to add and in between each word. And we're going to use the reduced form of an, n, to keep those intervals. You and me and him and her. All right, now we add another word, then, but to keep those same intervals, we reduce it down to an n. And we say, you and then me and then him and then her. Now for our final example of connected speech, we add in its. So we have and then its. We say it quite quickly. And then it's you and it's me and it's him and it's her. While in syllable time languages, each syllable can take roughly about the same amount of time to be pronounced. Like in Spanish, who often have problems with sounding a little bit flat when they speak English. A good activity to get better at stress timing in English is shadowing. Find a short clip on the internet and then try to copy the speaker's intonation and stress.
Welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Welcome to Pronunciation Club. The first rule of Pronunciation Club is don't talk about Pronunciation Club. Wait, that doesn't sound right. If you want to win the fight between your mother tongue and your English tongue, you need to find out the differences between your first language and English. Where can you find this kind of information for your nationality? Well, head over to Cambridge. After you know the differences between your first language and English, then
Practice the crap.
out of those blind spots.
What?
Crop.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
If this video interests you, then why not check out how to pronounce the consonants of the English language? And as I like to say, start taking your English mask off today. See you later.